And welcome back to I think we're on part 4. I literally just looked it up and I just completely forgot. I believe we're on part 4, if I'm not mistaken. 4 or 5. Okay, I got a quick check will fix that. One second. We are on part 4. Part 4 of What If Naruto Had the Curse Mark. Last time on the Naruto What If, Sasuke and Hinata were the last members of the Naruto retrieval squad to save Naruto from the Silent Four, and were duking it out with Kimimaro, only for Kimimaro to already be now in his curse mark form and very much overwhelming them. When Sasuke only had maybe one. It has only one Chidori left. Hinata's stamina, doesn't bode well in a long-term fight like this, and her gentle fist is not really capable of getting through that bone armor. So it was looking pretty dire. And then, boom, the container opened, and there in the smoke was the form of what they hoped was Naruto. Now, I didn't get into much description of what's happened here. So let's get into this. So as the smoke's clearing, they see this form. And unlike with Sasuke, who at this point now had perfect control over his second form of his curse mark, and just made the whole thing recede, there is a big snafu here with Naruto's version of this. And I'll go into the description in a second of what I kind of like the idea of it looks like. But because the fox's chakra was trying to stop the curse mark from activating, but the curse mark activating was going into full gear, and Kurama was trying to put all his chakra and as much as he could into there, which at this point in time was probably only about a tail's worth. They were, instead of burning away the curse mark chakra, they ended up kind of using and merging. Unfortunately, because Kurama is contained behind the seal, behind his seal, he can't because if Kurama had full access, didn't have the seal there, and could just completely use all his chakra, he could nuke the curse mark out of existence in a heartbeat, most likely. But unfortunately, that's not the case here. So what ended up happening was the curse mark and Kurama's chakra actually ended up merging into a kind of pseudo hybrid of the two. And I'm kind of going fanficky here, but I should say I'm not against fan fictions at all. I just kind of try to keep my what ifs in line with the actual story. But every once in a while, I will definitely go a bit more on the fanfic route just for the fun of it, and that's what we're kind of doing here. So that's what happened. The second form of the curse mark here is actually now this weird fused hybrid of the curse mark and Kurama's chakra. And as the smoke clears, we now see it. Now with Sasuke's, it was just he had the same. What? Give me a second. I'm doing it off memory, but I can't actually remember. Curse seal level 2, curse seal or curse mark level 2. I'm trying to remember. It was kind of like a brownish color. Level 2. There we go. It's like a brownish color. Yeah, it's like a weird creamy brown color. Not quite like poo, but not like wood either. It is weird. It's not like dark skin like normal people have. And you have white skin, you have black skin. It's not like that. It is a weird color tone they went with the curse seals. Especially the second level curse seals to be sure. I'm getting a bigger image up here right now for my own purposes. Yeah, it's just weird. But his hair was wild, and he had, when he needed to sprout him, the 2 giant hand wings that were webbed. Here, I liken it more to a werewolf-like design. Specifically, something more like what you see in the Hugh Jackman Van Helsing or like the Howling. Not Wolf Man. Keep very much in mind, even though that's a werewolf, but not Wolf Man, where it's more just humanoid, still got the, mostly a human-esque face, but like with animal features. No, I mean like the elongated snout, muscle-bound, furry monster wolf thing. Granted, it's a fox in this case, but still. And that's what I kind of like in here. He's got longer hair. The hair's gone back longer. It's also probably, Sasuke's hair is like a grayish blue, but his hair is already on the blue, like really dark blue side anyway. So, yeah, actually, it looks like his hair kind of, changed color, went a little bit more, pale like a pale blue compared to his darker blue. So here you'd probably have on your white, maybe like trying to think, not think a very pale yellow verging on white-haired, longer-haired Naruto. But he's also covered in like this dark, burnt orange, reddish, blood red fur. Maybe some black mixed in there. He's got the snout. He's got these ears that are going straight back. Maybe he's got some protrusions, like almost like spikes. He's got one long tail because only one tail's worth of chakra went in there for the 9 tails. And if the wings come out, I imagine they'll look pretty much like Sasuke's, but they'll be a bit more designed like Kurama's. The fingers will be a bit more lanky, like. So yeah. Anyway, he's standing there and he's just staring right at him, just like a growl. Naruto's growling because not only does he has the curse mark influence in there, which he could keep his conscience with that. He's got the 9 tails fox influence in there, which we know he was still able to keep his general mind at 1 tails, but 2 mixing together, it's causing an imbalance. And he's looking at them, and he's just looking at Sasuke and Hinata, and he sees Kimimaro. Naruto, you see, Sasuke, this is the kind of power you could have had. Now it belongs to him. The 9-tailed fox, and the 9-tailed fox belongs to Orochimaru. Naruto, go to Orochimaru. He waits for you. Now Sasuke, effed off and ran. However, Naruto isn't listening to Kimimaro, and Kimimara's like, Naruto, do what you. I will take care of your friends. Do what I do. Because Kimimaro doesn't quite realize that Naruto did not. A, Naruto doesn't want to go to Orochimaru's, and B, they forced this on him. So because in the midst of battle, like he briefly took it from Taiya, he's not aware of any of it. He assumed Naruto came willingly. So Naruto's like, and he sees Sasuke and Hinata both kind of like, Sasuke, Hinata. Like his voice is almost Kyuubi-like, but there's a little bit Sasuke, Hinata. Did he do this to you? And Sasuke's like, Naruto, I'm the one who did this, Naruto. Yes, but I'm confused. Why do you not go to Lord Orochimaru as his? I can't recall if in the last chapter he was already in a 2nd level. Here he's going to 2nd level because he can tell something's off here, as he's got his bones ready and just. Well, I'll take you'll what? What, Naruto? I'll kill you! And his chakra just flares, and he just comes in, and he just closes that difference because now he's got 2 chakras colliding together. We do know, by the way, that the curse mark is created from corrupt natural chakra, and we know that can meld with Kurama's chakra pretty naturally. So it's actually not unfeasible to think that if Kurama allowed, he could allow the curse mark. The curse mark could integrate with both his chakra and Naruto, at least on some level. But because he's got only so much chakra he can offer Naruto at this point, yeah, it's not like he's able to stop it. So, it comes in, and Kimimaro is just like, boom. Basically, I like this when Ichigo showed up at fake Karakura, no, actually the real Karakura, and just boom, right in our eyes and space, just grinds him into the ground. Kimimaro basically has to create a bone off his head to just skewer Naruto. Kimimaro just kicks him back. Naruto just boom, grabs in, comes in. He's now forming, because this is Kurama's chakra. He's just reforming Rasengan on his own. Rasengan! It's a bigger Rasengan. It's got the purple going. Honestly, it could probably have a little bit of black. Someone brought up that purple and red make, when orange, reddish make magenta, which is cool. But now you got to throw in, I guess it would, because it's the Rasengan's blue, with the purple, blue and purple. Ooh, make them closer to like a different style of blue. I can't remember that, but then you throw in purple. God, it'd just be a weird looking Rasengan at that point. Just maybe some black on it. And Naruto comes in again. Kimimara's basically got his bone lance created again. He has to quicken it. Naruto just cleaves and starts cleaving right through it. Sasuke struggled a bit. But he starts cleaving right through. It's like, Brian Dance, which I believe is the one with the forest of bones. The bones show up. and Naruto basically just comes in and just swoop as it's about to head down, grabs Sasuke and Hinata with the. Ooh, that was a. Uh, that felt refreshing. Ooh, I kind of just did that a little too much and just like, not a pop, but like a. Ooh. My body hasn't moved that way in a while, kind of feeling. But he comes in and the wings sprout out and he actually extends them because the thing here is, technically speaking, Naruto's in the first tail beast, or the one-tailed form of the nine-tails chakra. So technically speaking, his skin is permeated and his body's permeated with Kurama's chakra. So in theory, all those like arm extension things he did, he can kind of do them to some degree in this form. Now, granted, because it's melded with his body in this form, it is more painful for him to do that. Like it's taxing on his body, but he can still do it. And he basically grabs them both up in his giant hand. He's like, "What the Naruto? Are you stay?" And he just puts them on a tree. He's like, "Stay here, be safe." Just comes in, starts wrecking through the forest. Kimimaro is just throwing everything he can, but Kimimaro's on like death's door at this point. He's coughing up blood. He knows he doesn't have much left, so he goes in for the final attack. 2 giant lances all at once. He even, I think, honestly, he had a tail. He was like a dinosaur kind of. He could maybe even create one on the end of his tail. That'd actually be pretty cool. Come on, Naruto video games. Why did you never do that? Hell, he can do a Wolverine. He can do a Spike. He can create just giant. There's the dead bone pulse is a seriously versatile jutsu. A reason Orochimaru wanted it because it's like the ultimate taijutsu Kekkei Genkai, and yeah, like it is a no joke a bloodline trait. But it comes in and they're clashing against like, kill you, my friends. Letting the curse mark and Kurama's chakra just to manipulate him. And he's just coming in and he's about to, and all the bones eventually get cleaned out. Gaara actually shows up to Naruto and stops Naruto and is like, "It's over, Naruto. Gaara, he's dead, Naruto. He's already dead, Naruto. It's fine." And Naruto can see he's dead. It's like, it's like, enough, Naruto. Now Gaara's, because we know that the Sound 4 are the Saiyan siblings were going to show up. So Gaara's just like, "Naruto, it's all right. Calm down. He's even stronger than before." Just blasts Shikaku Saiyan away. Gaara's trying to stop. It's like, "Naruto!" Hinata and Sasuke show up. "Please, it's over, Naruto. You can stop now." He's just starting to like rampage at you. And then finally he stops as he feels something grab him, or someone behind him. And he stands there, and there's Hinata, and she's just she's got tears in her eyes, like, "Naruto, please stop. This isn't you. It's you. I know what happened, but it's okay. It's okay. It's over." And she just puts her hands on his head. She doesn't kiss him because she's nowhere near there yet. But it's okay. She rests her head on his forehead a little bit. "It's okay. You can stop now. It's all right." And Naruto, suddenly tears start rolling down Naruto's face because he's been in such an emotional state of panic, and he's just rampaging out. He was about to kill some people he knew and were close to. Like he's just, and he just finally Hinata, and just and Sasuke's like, "Oh, God, you really are a pain in the ass sometimes, that." And then he's out. So they basically get him to the village, and all's well, everyone would recover. Orochimaru, though, hears that the Sound 4 failed, and Kimimaro died. "So you're telling me I don't have Sasuke or Naruto? Is that what you're telling me, Kabuto?" "Yes, Lord Orochimaru. Tell me then, give me one reason why I shouldn't take any of my anger out on you." "Because, Lord Orochimaru, there is something that got revealed to us through our not surveillance, but our network, and they apparently, somehow they have like a little bit of information. They somehow got information about how the Nine-Tailed Fox chakra reacts to the curse mark in the right way. And Orochimaru sees this in his eyes. Once again, Kabuto, you prove your usefulness indeed. This is very intriguing. It's like, we have 3 years to prepare. So, yeah. Meanwhile, back at the plot, Naruto is busy recovering. He wakes up and says, he's like, whoa, easy there, kid, easy. You had quite a scare. You had quite the time there, didn't you? You're Pervy Sage? He's like, you ever gonna stop calling me that? What happened? You want the long version or the short version? And so he explains how you were kidnapped, and yeah, apparently, they had to go to save you. If it wasn't for Sasuke and this little lady over here, you would have been who knows what you would have done on a rampage. And he looks and sees Hinata is actually asleep there. She's probably been she probably hasn't been able to spend the entirety there. Her father probably makes her come home, but she's probably just up all night racked with like worry over him, and she's just been asleep. And he remembers Hinata helped bring him back, and she remembers her touching his face and putting her head to his forehead and just not looking at him with fear, just looking at it. Because she wasn't crying, she had tears in her eyes, but she wasn't afraid of him. At least not in the sense of like, oh God, he's a monster, but more like afraid for him, like it's okay. Like she felt bad for him. It's like she helped me back. Yeah, that's a pretty special little girl right there, Naruto. And she's not bad looking. Hey, we're just friends. We're just friends. For now. It's like, well, I mean, and Naruto has to consider. It's like, and he never even considered really thinking of Hinata that way. But I mean, she is nice and she's not unattractive, But yeah, he quickly gets that thought out of his head. It's like, he realizes maybe he should wake her up. Like, are you okay? Nada, are you awake? It's like, hey, are you okay? And Hinata actually just, and she just grabs it. You're awake. Oh, hey, I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay. Hey, thanks. Thanks for that. It's like, you're welcome. It's like, you're welcome. You mean so? I'm sorry if I scared you. No, I wasn't scared of you, Naruto. I was scared for you. After everything you've been through, just to see you in that much anger and pain, I didn't want to see that happen. It's like, the dry's just, again, he's being quiet, but he's looking like, oh, this will make such a great book. Research. But, tasteful research. And Naruto's like, and I want you to know that I really, and she can't bring herself to do it. As much as Sasuke's advice from the last chapter went in, she can't bring herself to tell her how she really likes him. Someone brought up that it was a progression for her feelings, and that's true. She wasn't like completely in love with him since the academy. Let's be very clear though. While it was admiration, it was also a crush. She was crushing on him since the academy days, and that crush just kind of grew and grew. I would argue to the point that she didn't fall in love with. She was probably, at least in terms of like teenage love, like a 10 to 13-year-old love, she was probably having that feeling of love for him by the end of the first part of the first series. But in Shippuden, yeah, she was just full blown in love with him at that point. So yeah, she just can't bring herself to really say it's like I really like you, or like I think I might love you, or anything like that. But she does. I think it's more like, I'm just glad because she says, I'm like, you're really important to me. Like I really care about you, and you're really she's able to at least say that, and I think that gives Naruto like pause and cause him blush. Like, thanks. I mean, I'm not gonna lie and say we've ever been real friends, but yeah, I kind of feel like you're important to me. You're someone who's important to me too, and it is a nice moment. All of a sudden, the door opens and Hinata has a bit of a blush, but she's good because like she said that, and she's like, that's like. She's proud of herself for saying it. So, and there is Team 7 and the people on the Naruto Retrieving Squad who aren't completely laid out and foobarred right now. So they say, hey, looks like you finally woke up, huh? So, hey guys, I'm sorry if I caused any. Look, you get kidnapped. You said you're apologizing. Oh man, that's rich. And so they're all kind of having a laugh, and Naruto's still comprehending what happened and what happened with the curse mark, everything, and he even remembers a dream talking to the fox about it. It's like, because of that blasted pill they gave you, I may never be able to remove this blasted mark, unless, of course, you decide to remove the seal. And even then, it's maybe too integrated with your DNA. At this point, Brat, the only hope is my chakra can override it. And so, Naruto's thinking about it. He talks to Jiraiya about it. And Jiraiya says, well, it's a good thing this happened, because we're going to be going on a little training trip for the next 3 years. 3 years? What? And he explains the Akatsuki and all that. And Naruto says, yeah, I've got to get stronger. And even though I generally have control over this thing because of what they did, to me, there's a whole new power. I cannot afford to let this control me like it did if I have another accident where that happens. I can't afford to let that happen. I need to go and train. So everyone, and Sakura, feels like left out like she did originally. Probably actually worse, because they didn't even ask Sakura. Sakura was available, and they didn't even ask her. So maybe that could actually motivate her to go and train with Tsunade anymore, because she just did no one, like, why didn't anyone ask me to go save Naruto? I would have gone and saved Naruto, to which I think someone, be it Shizune, Tsunade, maybe even Kakashi or Kurenai, or someone in her age group would just be blunt with her saying, well, honestly, Sakura, based on what you heard about what happened on that mission, do you think, based on what you have available to you, you would have been able to do anything? To which Sakura would have to take a really big inventory on herself and be like, oh. So, yeah. But basically, Naruto would leave, and he'd get actually probably a big send-off for everyone who could make it. I think Neji, they would wait a couple days to make sure Choji and Neji would at least be able to be there. And everyone who was there sees Naruto off. Naruto, again, thanks to everyone. He gives, Sakura's, waves him off. And before he goes, he gives Hinata, I think, a big hug. Hinata is like, thank you. And he also gives none of you better be slacking, because I'm gonna be 10 times as strong when I get back. Believe it. And it's like, and they all wave him off and say, yeah, well, I'm gonna be 30 times stronger. So what are you gonna do? Well, I'll be 100 times stronger. But again, he gives like Hinata, because like, all right, I'll see you again when I get back, Hinata. And Hinata's blushing, but she actually accepts the hug. He's like, Naruto hug, I will never not love this, and I will remember this forever. Oh, he smells like ramen in love. But no, she's not a yandere or anything like that. What no, is this? I can never remember the terminology with that. Is it yandere? I think is the obsessed one, whereas Sundari is the violent one, right? The thing is, we're pretty much done. We're not going to go over the time skip here. I'm going to actually look up the terminology. Tsundere. Tsundere meeting. Okay, there we go. I know yandere is like is kind of the opposite. Japanese term for a character development process that depicts a character with a personality who's innately very hard. Okay, yeah, she's not tsundere. I believe she's yandere, which is the opposite. Yandere is a spin-off from tsundere, who will apply to character are sometimes what the hell is Didiri, or love struck. She's a yandere. She's not a tsundere. That is though going to be the end of part 4. Judging by where we're at, we got 2 more parts this week. I don't think we'll be able to finish this week. Depends on how far I go into Shippuden era on the next chapter. Most likely, we will be going into next week. We might even go into the first week of November. But this will either be wrapped up by the end of the month, and then I'll post a poll for what people want for the next one. I'm actually kind of liking that, and people seem to be liking that as well, because at least 140 some odd of you voted on that one, and more may vote by time we get to Thursday. But I'll post the poll for what the next 2 options for the Naruto one are. Until then, though, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you folks later. Have a good one.